Hi, Ruth here. I designed a plugin called Design to Documentation, if you may. And the aim of this plugin is to simplify the documentation process for designers and to also aid collaboration between designers and developers. So, for developers, if your designer did not annotate their designs in Figma and you need to implement, that's fine. Just run the plugin and it's going to pull out all the values you need to aid your implementation. And for designers, I know how strenuous writing a documentation after spending hours designing screens is. So this is also going to help you streamline what that looks like. All you have to do is to um, run the plugin, click on the design you want to analyze, and then go ahead. So we're going to see what that looks like. Let me go ahead and show you. All right, so I have the design I want to analyze selected. We're going to run through some of these other screens, but let's start with this dashboard. Before I go ahead and click the analyze selection button, let's just run through what these sections are. Also, as you can see, this export button is inactive, and that's because we have not analyzed anything. Anyway, the overview is going to give us an overview of what this screen is about. So it's going to tell us how many textiles the screen has, how many images the screen has, how many unique components are available here, how many colors, etc. So, and then when you now go to each of the other sections, you're going to see in detail how many colors are present. Now, we know you have your design system, your style guide, all of that. But when you're looking at a particular screen, you're not sure of how many typefaces are present in that screen or how many colors that you're using. So this plugin is going to help you, designers, developers, to just have like an overview or just like know what is present in a particular screen before you maybe start your implementation or before you finalize your design, right? The spacing and layout is also telling you that, okay, this is using a 1 pixel system, 2 pixel system, or 4 pixel system. The imagery is stating how many images are present in your design. The icons are showing you how many icons used in your design. For developers, it's also listing all these icons, their sizes, etc. And it's also telling you the usage of these things, right? So let's just go ahead and see what that really looks like. Again, I'm gonna like select this and I'm gonna click on the analyze selection button. Now the analysis is complete, so we can use the drop down to close or collapse this section, or automatically opening a new section closes the former one. So yeah. So you can see that the overview here is saying that this design frame contains 126 text elements using 6 distinct styles, etc., etc. The content is organized using 81 nested frames and 49 groups for a clear visual hierarchy. Now, the color palettes, we have like an overview. So it's saying that this neutral palette spans from light to dark, creating a balanced visual hierarchy. The palette blends warm and cool shades for visual interest. So for designers, it's actually in case you want to write like a case study or you want to make a case for the reason why you're using a particular color palette, it's also going to help you generate an overview so that when you're presenting to your client, you already have like an idea or what to say, so it's helping. It's also listed out all the colors present, the names, the codes, and the usage, right? So you can see that pure white is used as the page background, card surfaces, and model containers, as we can see in the design. Blue dark, medium gray, Alright, so the typography, we're going to see something really cool here. So the typography, it says here that it detected 2 typefaces, Poppins and Roboto. Poppins is used for heading 1, blah, blah, blah. Now, my intention for this design is to use just Poppins, but during the course of designing this dashboard, I maybe because I'm reusing a component from a previous design or just something, I ended up having Roboto here. This was not intended, right? So this is a mistake. This is a design I worked on years back, and I already submitted that. Of course, the developer is going to figure this out or implement it like that. If this existed when I did this design, I would have been able to detect that I have another typeface present in my design. But nonetheless, now we can see how this can help you as a designer before handing off that design to your client or your developer. This is helping you do like, a mini cleanup, right? So yeah, now if I'm really interested in cleaning this up, like I said, it's an old design, so I'm not interested. I'm just gonna like leave that there. We have Roboto. Roboto is not supposed to be here, but let's go. For the spacing and layout, we have like an overview of what this spacing and layout is about. So it says here that I'm using a custom spacing system ranging from 1 pixel to 133, and it's also listing out the design tokens, right? So this is the value, this is the usage, like that. Then the icons here, it's showing me the overview states that I have 47 icons present in my design. So in this design, I used 47 icons, and then it's listed out all the icons that are present in this design. So here you can actually just find the names instead of going to find on Figma to figure out the names of the icons. So you can just figure out this is the chat status or icon curved arrow up. You can just go to your design system and then pick out the ones instead of. So yeah, it kind of like just helps in streamlining your workflow. For the imagery, here it says that we have the design incorporates 4 images to enhance visual communication, right? Don't be like me. I didn't do a very good job of naming my frames, so that is why we have image 3 here, then image 3 again, rectangle 13. So do a better job and name your frames correctly. If not, it's gonna show up like this and add more confusion. So now that we're done analyzing this and we made sure that all the sections are displaying results, so we're just gonna go ahead to export. So when you click on the export, this model opens up. So we have the different sections, or you can export your results. Like these are like the format. So we have the Word document, we have the HTML, we have the Markdown. For the purpose of this exercise, we're just gonna like export as Word doc and HTML. All right, so let's go again. Export as Word document. All right, so now we're gonna see how that translates. All right, let's look at this one. Okay, I'm gonna close this. Sorry. Let's open it again. All right, so this is the HTML view format rather. You can see that all the table the table of content. Yeah, so let's just go to the color palette. You can see how this is listed out as well. You can see everything that we analyze is showing up here. So for your documentation, you can just, I'm happy because you don't have to rack your brain starting from scratch to your documentation. This is just gonna help you. Let's see how that translates in Word doc. So we're just gonna go ahead and open a new document. Then open, upload. Yeah, awesome. All right, so as we can see, similar to the HTML export, we can actually just see that we have like 26 pages. Oh my god, that's a lot. Anyway, so you can just go ahead and go over the exported file, take what you need, leave what you don't. The only difference between the Word doc export and the HTML is the color palette swatches. So here the swatches are not showing. We only have like the text file yeah, so we don't have a visual aid here to see the colors in question, but in the HTML document we have that. So I mean, this is, you can just copy this into your, if you're doing your documentation in Notion, I think this is easy. Or I might consider um, adding another export um, format here, which automatically, that's like a conversation for another time, but I'm just trying to say that maybe I can make one available in Notion so that you don't have to go through the troubles, but that's all right. So let's just go ahead, now that we've seen how this works. We're just gonna go ahead to test another design. Click analyze. You can see analyze, all the colors are here, the typography, space, grotesque, and Montserrat. As you can see, this Montserrat is a mistake. Thank God that I have detected it. I don't know where that is, but I'm just gonna go ahead to look for it and then make sure that it is fixed. Anyway, you see, now we have detected it, so I'm just going to go ahead and space grotesque. Yeah. All right, awesome. Now I'm just going to go ahead and run this again. Analysis complete, color palettes. Only was typography. You see, fixed. Clap for me. All right, so yeah. Now I also want to show us another thing. So now for this particular design, I'm just going to go ahead to analyze. Now, when it comes to typography, it says here that I only use SF Pro Display. But looking at the design, you can actually tell that there's just more than one typeface present. But my plugin is only detecting one typeface. And the reason is because the other typeface present is not installed, right? So I don't have it installed. Now, for you to be able to get like a very good result, you need to make sure that you have your typeface installed so that you don't run into issues like this. So yeah, that's all there is to Design to Doc, and I hope that when you start to use it, it helps you. So thank you very much for watching this mini tutorial.